mind telling us who you are and what you do.
This feels like deja vu. I'm Kay Gasei, illustrator, painter, designer stuff. We are in Hollywood Hills. No, I'm joking. We are in East Ham. We're in my studio in East Ham at Art Core International. Yeah. So behind me, I have a new series of works, pieces called the Black Box series, and they are just basically noise and brain chatter, large-scale sketchbook pages of brainstorms with no ultimate goal. So yeah, I will be exhibiting the Black Box paintings, which is 7 pieces, and then smaller sketchbook pages, which some of which have like become other pieces, or like to other pieces, and also prototypes of other pieces that are either yet to exist or already exist. It came about by, I guess, brain drain from like previous shows of the last like 2 years, where I've been like on it with like all this like serious work, and I was like, oh, this is tiring, and I just wanted to like play again. And so I did a big one, which is like the first one of the series, which again, before it was a series. And I was like, oh, this is cool. And then once I started that one, I was like, oh, I think I want to do more because it's fun. And then when Lewis came by the studio, we spoke about making something happen, and then it became like a thing to do a whole like a show based on the series. So I guess we're all constantly thinking, you know, everyone does, and then you just go, instead of me like letting it being a fleeting thought, I go, I'm gonna write it down or draw it. And then previously, for like the last however many years, I finished one of these like one a month or something. And so now again, in the last couple of years, for whatever reason, people are interested. It's like, I guess I should explore that more. Then, you know, what does that mean, or where is that thought from, and how can I make it more tangible in other ways? But again, I'm working it out to figure out like why it's stuck in my head. Like, why am I interested in it? Like, where and why did it stick? Kind of like, yeah, it's like studying without a test at the end. So it's just like learning for the sake of learning kind of thing, which is the best kind, I'd say. So that's kind of the same with it's like, yeah, just like figuring it out, playing with ideas I'm hearing, noticing, I guess, like, you know, the vicissitudes of life, man. Yeah, just working it out. Again, there is no direction. Versus in some stuff, I have got like tabs open and books open, and I'm trying to like, again, like, I want this idea imbued in this somehow. Whereas this is like the opposite of like, I kind of don't have any other, maybe there's music in the background or whatever, but it's kind of like whatever's coming, and like a fleeting thought, let me just put it down and then figure out later, like why did I think that? Yeah, again, with these ones, it is more like what comes to the front, I just put it down, versus researching and putting it down. So it's like a very, very interior. I guess, again, these are probably like the leftovers of other ideas as well. And so it's like, oh, okay. Like if there's some, like some things I haven't seen in other stuff, so I'm like, oh, that's new. We'll figure that out. In terms of like themes or messages, no real message. Again, it's like really exploratory. Again, maybe that's the message, like explore. When people look at it, be like, oh, I wonder this, I wonder what that means. And in that funness, maybe. But recurring themes, there's a character that's gonna be there. His name's Odd, like O-D. It's a word that means the thing that binds the universe together. So that's like my recurring character. And I usually do them in like different stages of like either childhood, adolescence, or adulthood. And you can kind of usually, like, depending on where they're at, is how how applicable they are to the real world, if that makes sense. So like the younger they are, then it's like discovery, then it's adolescence. It's like kind of like this one here. It's like it's adolescence, so it's kind of like waking up to what the world is like with this chase with like the institutional character. And then I don't think I have the big one on any of these yet, but on other ones it's like usually a real world issue that's like a current event sort of thing. So that's like a recurring character. My mythology thing is what I'm into: history, cultural capital, sociology, politics, all this kind of like general broad stuff. So those like themes will be probably in there. In terms of characters, odd. And then like little things maybe. I'm sure there's like little doodles that's like, oh, I've seen that somewhere else, or yeah. So there should be some stuff. I'm trying to basically create like a lexicon of like visual language, where I create my own symbolism. It's pretty spontaneous. There is like noticeable themes in each of the three at the moment, which has worked out the way it's worked out. But again, I'm gonna try to not have everything so planned or delineated. If it's there, it's not there for no reason. Like as random as I put it there, it's probably like it's not there for no reason. So take that as you will. I think I like mythology and religion because I grew up like Christian, and so like I know like the Bible pretty well. And then mythology is like, I think like mythology is like outdated religions basically. So it's like the stories that people tell themselves to like cope and live with stuff, which is what people do every day, do you know what I mean? So it's kind of, I just find it super interesting. And like maybe the lessons as well. And so in that regard, and how those shape cultures and like, you know what I mean? That like reverberation of like, because we made them up, and then with time they're revered to make it seem like they're timeless, but someone made them up, and then it's that like constant like 2 forward, 1 back, 2 forward, 1 back, and you know, what would be our new myths in the future, you know what I mean? In some ways I feel like I am creating my own, but more again just like observing just society as a whole. And then like one of the themes I'm really interested in is like cultural capital, and I guess there's like that the new mythology we're like creating from this cultural capital of like things that we value, why we value them, because you know, I guess, you know, way back in the day people gave it like a spiritual value, which is that again the myths and religions of like the gods and whatever, and then now we have like, you know, again like value of like capitalism, monetary based things, and like why we value this, and the top down element of like those above set precedents of what is popular or what is to be valued and stuff like that. So I'm not that I'm the one who's doing it, but like seeing it and then like seeing how I can make that in artwork without it being too contrived. What materials I use? To be honest, like my whole life I've drawn, so sketches is like pencils or whatever. Mainly not pencils, mainly pens and markers and stuff. And so with the Black Box series, it was just I didn't plan for it to be the Black Box series. It was more like I started painting something, and that was the first one was a painting. And then I was like, I want something big, so I painted over it, and the only thing that would like cover what I painted was black. So I was like, then I was like, should I paint this white? Nah, let me just start drawing white. I think that looked cool. It looked cool, right? I think it looks cool. So yeah, fuck it, the rest of them are. So yeah, so it's like oil paint mixed with one shot, like an enamel-based oil paint, just to give it like a little bit of a sheen, and it dries really quickly. And then same with the white. The white is just white oil paint mixed with white one-shot enamel-based paint with some terps to liquefy it a little bit. Easy does it. I guess showing the sketches is because the big ones are sketches anyway. So it's like, if these ones are being shown, show what the smaller ones are too. And I think it'll look cool. Really and truly, like superficial, it's like it probably look cool, like from the ceiling to the floor, like sketches cascading with like some black book series and then some. And most of my sketches are like black and white unless they are prototypes and maybe color. So it's like black canvases, white ink, white paper, black ink, some contrast, fashion, something. Funnily enough, me personally, because luckily I've been busy and whatever, I've actually shown work that wasn't finished. So I'm just like, whatever. At this point, I was like, when do I need it by? I'll try and get it done. If it's not done, let's show it anyway. And tell people, it's like, oh, it's actually not done. And so I'm like, sketchbook pages are, everything's valid at this point. Too, I guess it is the like in someone's mind or something, you know, we all got that weird perversion. That's why people watch Big Brother or Gogglebox. People want to know how people work, so whatever. I can be someone's fetish, it's cool.
Okay, that's the tagline for this.
I think I'd want people to like take away the idea of like, because I guess people journal, but like a freer form of journaling, you know, just again like the random thought. Like everyone has notes, I suppose. Well, not everyone. I thought everyone had notes, and then you're like, oh no, I don't have notes. Like, what do you mean you don't have notes? What? Like, what do you do with your thoughts? Like, so maybe in that regard of like just buy a sketchbook and just like do your own little whatever. Like, no one has to see it ever. It's just for like your own sake and surprise yourself with what like you've got going on in your head, I suppose. And then just I guess the curiosity element, which is like I try to think I'm quite curious, so in yourself and outside yourself. Yeah. That makes it sound like a mission statement. I feel like a fucking politician, but still, have fun. Have fun.
Have fun.
Yeah.